Mother and her young family after a deadly accident. For months, she struggled to get her husband's death certificate so she could tie up many loose ends so critical to her family.
Life insurance, bank accounts, credit cards, just to name a few. Problem solver Pete Knutson told us the beginning of the family's heartbreaking story yesterday. Now he tells us how mourning is turning into hope.
His hijinks, his humor, his huge heart. Memories of Anthony Nico, a loving husband and caring father, no longer here. So important, his widow says, to remember.
But nothing can ever replace your dad.
No, nothing ever will. Erica, Damien, and Ronan treasure the way their dad loved them at home, helped them at school, and coached them in sports. Now, though, they must move on. Must at least try. But the family needs Anthony's official death certificate to begin their painful, lifelong journey without him.
We're just at the mercy of the medical examiner's office and their timeline, whatever that might be.
More than 5 months have passed since that day Anthony left home for the last time. It was before dawn, a dark, foggy morning last October. He set out on the same daily drive he took from Bartlesville to Tulsa for more than a decade. But that fateful day, he hit a horse running loose on the road and lost his life.
Just the emotional toll that it takes is the hardest part, because you want to be able to move forward with your life, and while this is a defining moment and it's always going to hurt, it just lingers whenever you can't move forward and you can't get things wrapped up.
Because of the nature of Anthony's death, Angie says she was emotionally and mentally prepared for it to take 2, 3, or even 4 months for a death certificate to be issued. But when it turned into 5 months of waiting and phone calls, Angie contacted her state senator, her state rep, and the problem solvers. We immediately touched base with the state ME's office, asked them about the delay that devastates Anthony's family. Later that same day, some upbeat news for a broken heart. The death certificate was finally ready.
It was a huge relief, just huge. I am so ready to move forward with this process and to be able to move on.
But never forget, a family promises. They'll always treasure the memories, Angie says, and cherish the last portrait her family would ever take together, taken a year before Anthony passed away. There was always time to get together for another, they thought, until time ran out. Angie says she wants to share her story because she knows there must be other families in the same situation who may be in more dire financial need than her. As for the state ME, we're told they won't talk about specific cases, but generally, the office often files death certificates very quickly. However, a representative says it can take 3 to 6 months if it's not a natural death or if it's an unusual manner of death. It takes time, the rep says, to obtain records, test results, and other needed information. Pete Knutson, 2 Works for You Problem Solvers.